What's up, guys? A couple tips on cutting. A lot of people asking a lot of questions about how do I cut, how can I cut better, what works well. Let's get into it. So here we have circles. To cut circles, you don't need to necessarily draw a circle or a shape. You can just use your hand, and you're going to use very slow, deliberate cutting motions. And we are not actually going to move the scissors. We are going to move a piece of paper. So my scissors, you can see the tip is directly above and in the middle of this circle here. It's not going to move. I'm just going to move the paper and everything around them. And I am using the cheap student grade scissors just to show you I'm not using any magical special pair of scissors. So are we going to get a perfect circle? Probably not, but we can get pretty close. So see, I cut off this section. I already have almost half of my circle done. Then we can just continue to have a little bit of a lump to it. So I'm going to you can see I am almost not even moving these scissors at all. When I'm making these cuts, it's very little cutting action. Another question I got a lot of was, can you make a star? How do I make my star? I want to make a star. So we make the traditional star like a teacher does on top of your page, which is pretty much interlocking V's. V, V, V. Try that again. V, V, and finish your V. It does not matter if it is perfectly even. Basically, we are just trying to get a star down. And then we are going to cut these with our scissors. So the first part of a V, and then we're going to go right there. We're going to cut in from the outer point, and we're going to stop where they meet. We're going to cut these sections of paper out. We go right to the point that they meet, and then we're going to stop. Now, I did write on both sides of this sheet of paper, but if I was not doing the demo and writing on both sides of the sheet of paper, we would be able to simply take this and flip it over, and then have it be completely clean. The idea for that is we don't want to have our lines showing up on our ornaments or a Christmas tree. So very rarely when we're cutting will we actually take our scissors and go cut, cut, cut. Or very rarely will we open them up and go whoosh, all the way down. What we're doing is a lot of deliberate, small action. We want to be intentional. We want to have good craft. With the tree itself, I had a lot of people who were saying, I don't really understand how to get it three-dimensional. The important part with cutting the tree out is this three-dimensional curve. So this is important, this little curvature. And then we want it to be the entire height of the paper turned sideways. So the short part of the paper, that's how tall your tree should be. Standard size of notebook paper, split in half a sheet of notebook paper. So, curve is important, right here, curve, and then going to the top. With that being said, we can take our scissors and cut that very small curve. And we're doing that because the perspective of a Christmas tree, when we look at a tree when we're standing up, it is not flat. It would be flat if we were looking right at the bottom of the tree, but we are not looking right at the bottom of the tree. We're standing up here and looking down and seeing a little bit of a curve. This is important, the top. We want to be that tall. Basically, we have to get from here to here with a line that's kind of wavy and natural. You don't need to write this line. You can literally just take your scissors and walk them down like I am. Be a little uneven. Can be a little lumpy and bumpy. Because like we said last time, a tree is not going to be perfect. Because the only person with a perfect Christmas tree is Charlie Brown, and you are not Charlie Brown. I'm not Charlie Brown. And just wavy, bumpy. Cut this tree out. Voila, a Christmas tree. And then we can do our ornaments. We can do our asterisks for the snow, and we can start thinking about our packages. With the packages, remember we have square cutouts, and then we just can make with our scraps lines of relatively the same thickness. We can measure. Say, hey, I need to cut roughly right here. We put our strip down, we measure, look at it and say to the edge, and I need to cut roughly right here. Pick it up, make a cut. And glue it straight across. Same thing again. Relatively the same thickness. If it's not perfect, it is fine. Then can measure your height. That's pretty close actually. We just need to take a little bit of piece off. Bingo bango. Present. We can put it in our tree, glue it down. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Just some quick tips about cutting for you guys. That's all I had today. Just wanted to add to what I sent out last time because I had bad audio. You can hear me much more clearly now. Have a good one. Have fun with the project. Bye, guys.